As you know, we inherited a deficit in the budget from President Trump. How serious is it, Secretary Van Haan? We're bankrupt. The prophecy of the Simpsons about Donald Trump, friends. Get ready. Today I bring you an amazing prediction from The Simpsons, the show that has amazed the world with its surprising accuracies. One of the most impactful predictions was Donald Trump's election as president in 2016 and his return for 2025. Although some may be explained as satire, the truth is that the show has repeatedly predicted historical events that changed the course of the world. For this reason, I present to you the 10 predictions from The Simpsons about Donald Trump. 1. The wall on the border with Mexico, Season 11, Year 2000. The topic of the border wall between the United States and Mexico was one of the pillars of Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, and The Simpsons predicted it too, in the same Be to the Future episode, in which Trump was mentioned as president. It referenced a border wall between the two countries. Trump's proposal to build a wall on the border was one of the most controversial promises of his campaign, and although at that time it seemed like an exaggerated satire, over time it materialized as one of the most iconic promises of his administration. This prediction shows how the show not only captured trends, but also political elements that would later become points of major discussion. 2. Donald Trump's presidency. One of the most well-known and commented on episodes related to the show's predictions is Be to the Future, aired in 2000. In this episode, Lisa Simpson becomes president of the United States and mentions that her administration is trying to heal the financial crisis left by her predecessor, Donald Trump. At the time of the airing, Trump's name did not have the same political relevance, but when Trump ran and won the presidential election in 2016, the episode gained new significance. The surprising accuracy with which his economic legacy was described made many fans call this prediction one of the most impressive in the show's history. Additionally, the episode not only shows Trump as president, but also making comments about his governing style, which reinforces the visionary nature of the episode. We are bankrupt. The nation is bankrupt. How is that possible? I remind you that the previous administration decided to invest in our children. Big mistake. 3. Trump descending the escalator. This is another moment that many consider a surprising prediction. In a 2000 Simpsons episode, Donald Trump is shown descending an escalator while the crowd applauds. However, in 2015, when Trump announced his presidential candidacy, the scene was almost identical. Not only was the posture and the public's reaction similar, but the shot was also nearly identical, which makes many wonder if The Simpsons somehow predicted the style and atmosphere of the event. This coincidence was so striking that it became one of the most discussed moments by fans of the series, who saw it as a reflection of the show's creator's political vision. 4. Trump's candidacy and presidency. In The Simpsons movie, there is a scene where a digital news sign mentions that Donald Trump is running for president. This happened years before he actually did, in 2015. Although at the time, the mention seemed like a satirical reference, looking back, this line turns out to be another surprising prediction. It seems to anticipate Trump's candidacy. This reference is a clear example of how The Simpsons have used satire to predict large-scale political events, and how sometimes innocent references turn into premonitions when reality takes an unexpected turn. 5. The bills with Trump's face. In a 2012 episode titled Monty Can't Buy Me Love, a vision of a dystopian future is shown, where U.S. currency supposedly has Donald Trump's face. Although this hasn't materialized as reality, the idea that Trump would have such a profound influence on the U.S. economy and politics is something many have linked to his rise to the presidency. Even though there is no currency or bill with his face, at least not yet, this moment is interpreted as a sign of the enormous mark Trump would leave on the country, not only politically, but also economically. 6. The deal with Kim Jong-un. The Simpsons showed a situation in which the President of the United States meets with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, something that at the time seemed unthinkable, or at least too exaggerated. However, in 2018, reality surpassed fiction when Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un had a historic summit in Singapore in an attempt to resolve tensions between the two countries over the nuclear issue. The fact that The Simpsons had already predicted a meeting between the two leaders was something that left many surprised, especially since the show, often satirical, touched on geopolitical topics so accurately. This episode also reflected the somewhat irreverent and diplomatic tone Trump used in his foreign relations. 7. Trump's rise to fame. In the episode Bart, Season 7, aired in 1995, Donald Trump is presented as a multi-millionaire with great media fame. Trump's character is shown as a figure who sees himself as a star, something that was true back then, and even more so later on, as Trump's media fame exploded even further. He became a public figure even more widely known, especially when he started appearing on television shows and in the media. The episode seemed more like a parody of fame culture, but in hindsight, it seems that The Simpsons captured how the media could use Trump as a central character in popular culture, which not only extended to his entertainment career, but also paved the way for his eventual political rise. 8. The White House descending into chaos. Airing in 2018, it showed a dystopian future where the White House, symbol of U.S. power, was engulfed in chaos. This episode, which parodied internal struggles within the government, reflected the kind of instability that characterized Donald Trump's presidency, especially during political scandals, impeachment, and constant controversies at the national and international levels. The portrayal of the White House in chaos not only referred to internal disputes, but also to the sense of disorder that prevailed during his term, with the constant polarization of the country and conflicts within the government. Fans of the series saw it as a prediction of Trump's turbulent administration. 9. The healthcare system reform. In the Full Monty episode, the topic of healthcare reform is addressed humorously. In this episode, satire is used to portray the political struggles surrounding the healthcare system, a topic that would be central to Trump's administration, as he attempted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, known as Obamacare. Although the healthcare reform mentioned in this episode is not exactly the same, it does reflect the political battles and public debates that dominated Trump's years in the White House, especially when he attempted to dismantle many of Obama's health policies. Fans of the series noticed that the healthcare satire in this episode aligned with the real political discussions on how to change or eliminate the healthcare system in the United States. 10. The sale of the White House. The Simpsons showed a vision in which the White House is put up for sale due to financial problems. Although in the context of the episode, the sale was more of a comic exaggeration, many fans of the series interpreted it as a reference to how Trump, who built his fortune through the real estate sector, might view the government as a property to manage or sell. In fact, during his presidency, Trump showed a more business-oriented approach to politics, which makes this episode resonate with his style and approach to governance. And that's it for Donald Trump's predictions. If it surprised you as much as it did me, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. See you soon.